Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Nicholas Earl, and welcome back to another episode of Earl Sports Bets. And today, we got another MLB slate. It's going to be a smaller slate. We only have 10 games today. I believe we're also missing a line, so I think it's going to be 9, and then it's going to be 8 because we have a premium play as well. So before we get into the video, before we get into the recap of what happened yesterday, you guys know what to do. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And turn on those push notifications so you guys are notified each and every time we come out with the video here at Earl Sports Bets. You can also follow us on our social medias at BetsEarl on Twitter, at Earl Sports Bets on Instagram. We also have a Discord link if you guys want to join that. The link to that will be in the description of the video down below. We also have merch if you want to help support the channel that way. The link to that is also in the description of the video down below. We are also running our contest here, and we do have Tim with us here via Zoom.
Hi.
So a quick look at our standings here. We have Isaiah Cora at 7-3, up 5.15 units. We have Andreas Mani up 4.55 units at an 8-4 record. Those are our two leaders right now. And we still got 25 days left in this contest, so still plenty of time for you guys to get your plays in for this contest. But now let's go into a little bit of a recap of yesterday. A really good day here at ESB for baseball. For me, my only losses were the over in the Minnesota game and the Washington Nationals. Nationals fall to the Braves 5-3. The Minnesota-Texas games goes way under the total of 9 with a 3-1 game. I got wins from Philadelphia at plus 120. Kansas City and Cleveland over 7. That game finished 5-4. San Francisco and Colorado, I got a lucky run there in the 9th, and it made it 6-5. Cashes the over there. We had Seattle and Baltimore under 7.5. That one cashes 6-0. And I don't know if you guys heard yesterday, but this guy, John Means, threw a no-hitter in that game. And then we had the Dodgers and the Cubs over 6.5 runs. We got lucky on that one. They went to extra innings and cashed it with a 6-5 score. Now I went 5-2 yesterday, 82 and 78 so far this MLB season, hitting at 51.5%, and I'm up 19.14 units on the year. Really happy with the start to this season. I'm hoping to keep that going. My goal is maybe 35, 40 units this year. On the other side, Tim, he went 5-2. He got losses from San Francisco and the over in the Baltimore-Seattle game. But he did get a win on those Baltimore Orioles who threw a no-hitter. Got lucky on the Detroit-Boston game that went to extra innings. 6-5 was the final score there. He had the cold dead under there with the Chicago White Sox and Cincinnati Reds. 1-0 in 10 innings for that one. Kansas City and Cleveland over the total, as well as the Dodgers and Cubs over the total. He went 5-2 yesterday, 86 and 88, 49.4% on the year, up 6.9 units. Nice. But let's keep it going, and let's keep the good times going here. And we're going to go over today's MLB slate. Starting it off with the Milwaukee Brewers and the Philadelphia Phillies. This is our premium play of the day. We're starting off right with that. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on picksandparlays.com or .net. Link is in the description of the video below if you want our play for that game. Our first game of the day then is the Houston Astros and the New York Yankees. Minus 190 for the Yankees, plus 175 for the Astros. Over under 7.5 runs for this game. We're getting Lance McCullers Jr. versus this Yankees pitcher of Garrett Cole. I don't know if you heard of this guy or not. He's pretty good. Where are you looking at this one, Tim?
This one, I think this one we're gonna start off with a pass. The line for this one's a little bit too wide. I'm not gonna land minus 190 on the Yankees. That's kind of redundant. And I don't trust the Astros enough right now to go out and beat Garrett Cole at a plus 175. If anything, maybe I might look towards that under just because Garrett Cole's pitching and the Yankees offense, well, even though they have been waking up a little bit, I think that this one could be more of a defensive pitching game. But overall, I think this one's just going to be a pass for me, and I got 4 plays today. This game's not going to include one of them.
Yeah, for me, it's a lean towards the Astros just because we're getting a really nice line here at plus 175. If anything, I would look at that first 5 for the Astros. just because I just want to keep these bullpens out of it. Lance McCullers has looked pretty good here. 2-1, 3.38 ERA, 1.05 WHIP. He's struck out 30 batters so far in 26 and 2/3 innings. So McCullers has looked good to start the year, but this is just not a spot I'm looking to get to. If I would, it would be either the money line on the first five or Houston Astros plus a half at plus 115 on the first five. But just not anything I'm getting to at this time at the moment. All right, our next game here is the Detroit Tigers taking on the Boston Red Sox. Minus 193 for the Sox, plus 177 for the Tigers. Tigers finally snapped their long losing streak yesterday with an extra inning win versus this Boston Red Sox team. They had the lead most of the game. They looked good yesterday. Today we're getting Spencer Turnbull versus Nathan Eovaldi. And looking at this game, it would be another lean towards the dog here, but no action, or lean towards the cat with the Tigers. But I'm not going to get any action on this one. I would slightly lean with them. But once again, if you like the Tigers, take them in the first five. They are the worst bullpen in the MLB, and I have Boston ranked number 12 for bullpen. So if you like Boston, take them full game. If you like Detroit, take them first five. Where are you looking at this one?
I'm not looking at any sides, but I do have that over 8.5 in this game. Both offenses have been waking up, and I'm not really too big of fans of the two pitchers, Evaldi and Turnbull. They have 3.63 ERA and a 4.5, but nothing that screams that I'm scared to go to the over. I think that this one's going to be an offensive game like it was last night, even though last night was a very, very lucky over cash. But I think this one goes over again. I got the over 8.5, and gonna look for some runs tonight.
All right, all right. Our next game here is going to be the Texas Rangers and the Minnesota Twins. We're getting the Twins at a minus 190, plus 175 run back for these Texas Rangers. Over under of 8.5 runs. We're getting Jordan Lyles taking on Michael Pineda. Where are you looking for this one, Tim?
This one's an overall pass for me again. If anything, maybe a slight look at the over in this one, but at a minus 120, I'm not really interested in betting a total that way. But yeah, this one overall is a pass. I'm not going to go after any sides. I'm not going to lay minus 190 on a Twins team that's 11 and 18. If anything, looking at the Rangers today, plus 175. I'm not going to bet it, but it's maybe a slight lean. Maybe I might do it later. Maybe I might pull the trigger. Stay tuned on our Twitters to see if I do or not. I'm not entirely sure yet. But if anything, I would be aiming at the Texas Rangers. But I'm passing on this game.
Yeah, and for me, I'd say lean towards this over as well. Jordan Lyles has not looked good at all this season. 1-2 record, 7.39 ERA. He's given up 23 runs in 28 innings pitched, struck out 23 batters, 8 walks, 1.61 WHIP. So Jordan Lyles just hasn't looked good this year. I think that this Minnesota Twins team can get to him. It'd be probably a slight lean towards the Twins and a slight lean towards the over. Or yeah, I almost bet the over here, but I just laid off for today because I can easily see this being another 3-1 game, knowing our luck. But no action for me on this one. Just look to get to potentially the over, but no, nothing here. Our next game is the New York Mets taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. I'm looking at the next game down. Minus 106, minus 104. Pick 'em now between Tajon Walker and John Gant. We're getting an over-under of 7.5 runs here. And looking at this game for me, I do have a bet on this game. This is finally a play I'm giving out. And it's a first 5 play. Let's see if the line's still the same. Oh, it's a minus 105 now. I still don't mind it. I have the St. Louis Cardinals here, minus 105 in the first 5 innings. I like the Cardinals overall in this matchup, but I see the Mets surprisingly have the bullpen advantage. I have the Mets bullpen ranked 8th in the MLB, Cardinals ranked 14th. So I see an advantage for the Mets here in the bullpen. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals first 5 at minus 105. I got it at plus 105. I still don't mind it at minus 105, but I won't go past that. But I'm taking the Cardinals here. First 5 minus 105 on the money line. Where are you looking here?
For this one, I was actually looking at the Mets for this one. Tajon Walker has pitched pretty well this year, a 1-1 record with a 3 RA, but he normally, unlike DeGrom, he normally gets run support from the Mets. So this is one of those situations where I'd actually be okay with betting the Mets. Um, I'm not gonna go for a side. I think 7.5. If anything, maybe a look at the over in this one, but it's juiced minus 123 to it, so not really too interested in that. But I am going to be going after the New York Mets today, minus 106 with Tajon Walker on the mound.
All right. Our next game here is the Cleveland Indians and the Kansas City Royals. Minus 129 for the Royals, plus 119 for the Indians. Over under of 8 runs for this game. We're getting Danny Duffy taking on Tristan McKenzie. Where are you looking in this one?
Well, I did get the Kansas City Royals today at minus 120. So minus 129 now. I'm still all right with that. Danny Duffy has been pitching out of his mind so far this year. He's 4-1 with a .6 ERA. Going up against McKenzie, who has quite frankly struggled. He's 0-1, 6.27. I know ERAs and at this point of the season are not as important because 1 or 2 starts balloons their thing and it doesn't really help. But Duffy's been pitching absolutely great this year, and I'm going to be going after them, even though they're a minus 129. I'm still all right with that price tag. Uh, Give me the Kansas City Royals today.
Yeah, I was looking at Cleveland a little bit today, but I liked another play better. And I'm just going to go continue riding on the streak here with overs in Kansas City games. They've gone over in their last 7 straight games, these Royals. And the Cleveland Indians are 8-1-1 to the over in their last 10 games. Both these teams putting up some runs now. And they're also playing with low totals, so I think this is a spot where we're going to see another game like last night, a 5-4 type of game. I think this game goes over the total. I think Danny Duffy is bound for some regression, and I think today could be a decent spot for that. I like the over 8 runs here between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. Our next game we're looking at here is the Toronto Blue Jays and the Oakland Athletics, minus 135 for the Jays, plus 125 for the A's. Over 8 runs for this game. We're getting Mike Fiers for Oakland, taking on Hyun-Jin Ryu for the Toronto Blue Jays. And for me, I'm looking at the home dog here. I really like Mike Fiers. I like the way that the Oakland Athletics are playing. Now, Mike Fiers, this is his second start of the year. He didn't look particularly well in his first one. He gave up 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 6 innings pitched, only struck out 3 batters. He's not really much of a strikeout pitcher, though. And this is Hyun-Jin Ryu coming off of a hip injury. This is his first start back from the IR, or the IL. I don't know if we can particularly trust Hyun-Jin Ryu today. I like the Oakland Athletics here, plus 125. I think they can get the win here in the rubber game between these two teams. Where are you looking here?
No, this one I'm passing on. I think that if anything, a slight lean towards the Blue Jays and Hyun-Jin Ryu. Ryu's, I mean, his ERA is decent this year. He hasn't been able to get wins, low run support from the Toronto Blue Jays when he pitches. If anything, maybe a slight lean towards the under in this one. I think this one could be a little bit more of a pitching matchup, especially with Hyun-Jin Ryu. And then Fiers definitely has good stuff. He just probably was a little bit rusty off his first start off of injury, so I would expect more of a pitching matchup here. Under 8 might be a decent play. I don't personally have any bets on any of these games, but if anything, a slight lean towards the Toronto Blue Jays and a slight lean towards the under 8 in this game.
All right. Our next game here is the Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. Minus 115 for the Braves, plus 105 for the Nationals. Over-under of 9 runs. This game did open up at 9.5. We're getting Drew Smiley and John Lester in this matchup. Any thoughts on this one?
I'm passing on this game. Lester's gonna be on his second game, start of the year. First game, he went 5 innings, no runs, 5 hits. So he looked at only 1 strikeout, but he did look decent in his first start as a Washington National. For this one, I'm just gonna be passing on the game. This one's too coin tossy for me. If anything, maybe I might lean slightly towards the dogs in Washington, but ultimately, Probably just going to be passing on this game.
Yeah, and for me, I do have a play on this game. I'm looking at the under in this one. Uh, these are two teams that have been playing generally more towards the under recently. Atlanta's gone under in their last 3 games, and Washington has gone under in their last 3 as well. 2-6-2 over under record for these Nationals in their last 10 games. And I know it's Drew Smiley, but I like John Lester. I feel like if I would have to pick a side, I would lean towards the Nationals here. But I'm going under here. I think Washington also has a very underrated bullpen. They've looked pretty good this year so far. So I'm going under the total here between the Washington Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. Our next game here is the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Miami Marlins. We're getting the Marlins here at minus 128 at home versus the Diamondbacks are a plus 118. 7.5 is the total for this game. And for me, I'm going to do another one of these. I'm riding the streaks, and that's Arizona games going over the total. They've done that in their last 5 games. They're 7-3 to the over in their last 10 games. Miami's gone over in 2 straight, 6-3-1 in the last 10. These are two teams that are Arizona's number 1 in the MLB in runs scored this year at 5.28 runs scored per game. They're also towards the bottom with 27th with a 5.01 team ERA and a 1.38 team WHIP. And I'm expecting some regression from from Madison Bumgarner, who has looked great in his last few starts. To a point where I think we're going to see an over in this game, and I think 7.5 is a little low for these two teams. I know that we're looking at a Miami team that's not a world beater on offense, but I think we're going to see at least 8 runs in this game. I like the over here, plus 103 between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. Where are you looking here?
I'm looking at the Diamondbacks today, and if anything, I would probably lean slightly towards the under as well. But I like the Diamondbacks in this one. I don't think you're going to see much progression for Bumgarner right now. His last 3 starts, he's allowed 2 runs on 6 hits in 17 innings. So he's been on point the past couple of games, and they're against Washington, Atlanta, and Colorado. So going up against a Miami team who can't hit, I think that Madison Bumgarner should be able to have another good game. Yeah, granted, Miami did cover the over by themselves yesterday, but that's not the point. Sorry, I do like Madison Bumgarner. I do like the Arizona Diamondbacks in this one. Maybe a slight lean towards the under, but this one's an Arizona game for me.
All right. And heading into our last game of the night, we have the Tampa Bay Rays and the LA Angels. We just got this line a few minutes ago, and it's a minus 129 for the Angels, plus 119 for the Rays. Over under of 8 runs for this game. Any first thoughts on this game?
Looking at it, I didn't really get to do much into it, but maybe a slight lean towards the Tampa Bay Rays. Keep an eye on our social medias. I guess I'll post something on this one a little bit later. Looking at the pitchers, McHugh had his first start went horribly, and then Heaney hasn't really been pitching well this year. So maybe a slight lean towards the over. But I didn't really get to do much research into that one. We didn't get. I think they announced McHugh like a couple minutes before we started the video.
Yeah, McHugh is going to be the primary opener. It's going to be Josh Fleming as the long reliever in this game. And I will give out a play for this one because I had a line for this one before it was released. I had like my line for it. And I'm going with the Tampa Bay Rays here. I see some value on them. I have this game lined around a pick'em at minus 104, plus 104, with the Angels being a minus 104. So I like the dog here with the Tampa Bay Rays. They have been playing decent lately. They're coming into this game winning their last 4 games, 6-4 in their last 10. And LA is coming in losing their last 4 games. So these are two teams in totally opposite directions right now. I'm not a huge fan of Andrew Heaney. He had a decent start, I believe, 2 starts ago against Houston, where he went 6 1/3, striking out 10, only giving up 1 run on 2 hits. But then he went back to his normal ways, giving up 4 earned runs, 6 hits, and 3 1/3 versus Seattle. So I like the Tampa Bay Rays in this spot to get the job done as a plus 119 underdog. So I'm going to take Tampa Bay here, plus 119 on the money line. All right, we're gonna go recap over our plays for today, and then we're going to head on out for this video. For me, I'm going over the total between the Kansas City Royals and the Cleveland Indians. I'm going with the Oakland Athletics at plus 125. I'm going under 9 runs between the Nationals and the Braves. I'm going over 7.5 runs between the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. I'm going with the Rays at plus 119. And then on a first 5, we're going with the St. Louis Cardinals at minus 105.
All right, I got the Detroit and Boston game going over 8.5. I'm taking the Mets at minus 106. I got the Royals at minus 129, and I'm taking Madison Bumgarner and the Diamondbacks at a plus 118.
All right. Now we get to go down to our special one where we have to move you over here to the best of our ability. I know this is...
Yay! Just make it work. We're good.
Yeah. That'll work for right now. But that's going to just about do it for this video. I just got to add in my Tampa Bay play for today. But that's going
real quick while you do that. If you guys want to check out our premium plays, we'll have a MLB, an NHL, an NBA, and then a couple totals. We don't know exactly how many yet, but all those will be over at picksandparleys.net. So go ahead and check those out. Linked in the description below. Along with the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel, me and Nick will be on there at 6 o'clock p.m. for Game Time Decision. We'll be going over any injuries in the NBA, who's in net for hockey, if any pitcher scratches and stuff. Well, I guess we can look at 2 games for baseball in that show, but and any other questions for you guys. So go ahead and check us out there as well. Links to the Picks and Parlays YouTube channel in the description below as well.
Yeah, but that's going to just about do it for this video. I want to thank you guys, as always, for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And let's make some money. Let's cash some bets in the MLB today. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.